You want love, real love, the kind that feels safe, steady, like home. And yet, every time someone gets close, you shut down, you cancel plans, you take longer to reply, you question their intentions, you say you're busy, tired, not ready. But deep down, you know the truth. You're scared. Not scared of being alone, scared of being seen, because being seen means being known. And being known, that's always felt like a risk. You say, I don't need anyone, but that's not strength, that's a scar. And here's the hardest part. You don't push people away because you don't care. You push them away because you care too much, because you've been hurt before. And somewhere along the way, your brain decided distance is safer than disappointment, so you build walls, not because you want to keep people out, but because no one ever showed you how to let them in without breaking. If this sounds like you, if you've ever whispered, I'm fine, while slowly disappearing from the people who matter, stick around, because this isn't a flaw, it's a pattern, and patterns can be unlearned. Before we go deeper, if you find yourself in these words, take a second to subscribe. This space is for those who feel too much, too often, and are finally ready to heal without apologizing for it. Dr. Nicole LePera, known as the holistic psychologist, says, we push love away not because we don't want it, but because our nervous system has been trained to fear it. And she's right. This goes beyond the mind. This is body deep. When love has been inconsistent or unsafe in your past, your nervous system remembers. It stores every betrayal, every abandonment, every time love turned into pain. So now, even when someone good shows up, you brace for impact. You wait for the other shoe to drop. This is called protective distancing. It's not that you don't want connection, it's that your body interprets closeness as a threat. Even if your mind craves it, your subconscious says, don't get too close. That's where the pain lives. And let's be honest, some of this started early. Maybe you had caregivers who were emotionally unavailable. Maybe your needs weren't met unless you were perfect, quiet, or useful. Maybe love felt conditional, like something you had to earn, not something freely given. So now you overthink every message. You scan for red flags even when there are none. You say, I'm not ready, when what you mean is, I'm terrified that I won't survive another heartbreak. It's a survival response, because the last time you opened your heart, you weren't held, you were dropped. Attachment researcher Dr. John Bowlby said, the propensity to make strong emotional bonds to particular individuals is a basic component of human nature. But here's what trauma does. It distorts that basic component. It makes love feel like danger. It makes affection feel suspicious. And it makes you believe that closeness will cost you something you might not recover from. So what do? You ghost. You pull back the moment things feel real. You convince yourself they were never right for you anyway, not because you're cold, but because closeness feels unfamiliar. Because when you finally feel safe, your nervous system says, this is a trap. You're not broken. You're protecting a part of yourself that learned it's better to leave first than be left again. But here's the truth you need to hear. Avoiding love doesn't protect you. It prolongs your loneliness. And no matter how fiercely independent you are, connection is still a basic human need. So what now? How do you stop pushing people away when every fiber of your body still thinks love equals loss? First, start with self-awareness. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. When you feel the urge to pull back, pause. Ask yourself, is this person unsafe? Or is my past just replaying itself in the present? Most of the time, you'll find it's not about them, it's about your history. Second, slow down intimacy. You don't have to dive into deep emotional waters overnight. Start with consistency, eye contact, shared space, quiet moments where your body can learn. This is what safe feels like. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, author of The Body Keeps the Score, writes, trauma is stored in the body, and it is in the body that it must be healed. So healing love doesn't begin in your head. It begins in your nervous system. That means breath work, grounding, movement, Time spent with people who make your body feel calm, not confused. Third, choose relationships that don't demand performance. You don't need to earn your place with perfection. Real love makes space for all of you, even the parts you're still trying to understand. Let love be slow. Let trust be earned. But don't let your past write your future. You are not too much. You are not incapable of love. You are simply relearning how to let someone close without losing yourself. So when someone asks how you're doing, don't lie to disappear. Try staying, even if your voice shakes. Try replying, even if your fingers tremble. Try believing that love, real love, is not the danger you once knew. It's the medicine you've been starving for. And one day, maybe not today, you'll stop ghosting the good ones. You'll stop testing people to see if they'll leave. Because your body will have finally learned what your heart has always known. That you were built for love. Not for war, not for defense, for love. If this spoke to something in you, don't let it end here. Subscribe. This space was made for people like you, quiet warriors healing out loud. And if someone came to mind while you watched, send this to them. Maybe they're not cold, maybe they're just scared, like you were, but not forever. Let's keep going together. Thank you for watching.